Why did you put it all the way to the bottom?
Okay, so let's talk about how you should begin reading any chapter of any textbook, because this is something that I did not learn in school. It's something that I think would help you out a lot.
Oh my God, we found lava. Nobody does that lava.
So I'm trying to find.
I found lava.
You guys have chapters in this? This is a.
Yeah, 3 chapters.
Only 3 chapters?
Yeah, matter and energy, structures of life, and sun, moon, and stars. It's at the table of contents. No.
Okay. Who wants to draw somebody sitting down?
Me. It's not easy. Oh, Zed does.
Draw somebody sitting down, like reading a book.
Oh. Hey, what page are we on? Chapter 4. 8. No, there's 4 contents. Matter and energy, structure, life, and sun. How are there 3 chapters? You're such a big book. Come on, let him do it. Can I just pick verses on the 6th chapter?
Hold on. Okay, this is somebody reading a book, right?
What? The book is I'm reading the book. Maybe it's me. Yeah, the marker's too fast.
Okay, again. Let's say, do you guys have assigned reading in science or like other textbooks? Do you guys have assigned reading? Is that still?
Science.
Like, will the teacher say, hey, read 2 chapters or read a chapter in the science book for tonight?
2 chapters, man.
Yes? No?
No. We don't have chapters.
What would you, or read a lesson? Or how? I'd be reading a lesson, right?
Yeah. We have helped them when.
David, how do you read at home? Huh? No, but physically. If you want to demonstrate for the class for us, how would you read? Do you read like how you're sitting right now? Okay. How do you read? By what?
I read 5 pages a day. Oh my God. What? 20. No, I read the whole 3 chapters. I read the whole bit. 45 minutes.
Okay, so remember. Let's take the lazy principle
20 minutes, 45
and let's apply it to reading.
pages.
Do you guys want to know how to read fast?
Yeah. I read the whole book in 30 seconds. I read half of Mark. It's impossible.
Okay.
I read a half of those are the total.
This is how you read fast. When you sit down at your desk. Huh? Okay. When you sit down at your desk, okay, I want you to put your books at a 45-degree angle. You don't have, no, not holding it. Have something to support your book being at a 45-degree angle. Does this make sense? So, for instance, if it's 45, how can I do this?
The
box. You guys have box or whatever.
That's what I was doing.
45-degree
I
angle.
was doing it like that.
Take your index finger.
Yes.
The single fastest way to double your reading is to use your finger and to literally read line by line. With using your finger, you're going to reduce the... Who sometimes experiences when you read, like having to reread what you read? You experience that, right? Using your finger will reduce that.
Oh, yeah.
You'll be able to soon increase your speed because your eyes will begin following your finger. So what did you guys learn just now? Remember, the simplest little things that can cause the biggest difference. What did you guys just learn? How do you read faster? What did I just teach you? Yes. Exactly. So you can learn then to move faster and faster, and your eyes will begin to pick up more and more words. And reading will become something more enjoyable because you're processing more information. Yes, Mark.
Oh, I read without my index finger, with index. Finger, and just read with my eyes.
With your eyes? Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. If you want to read faster, if all the fast readers use their fingers. It sounds basic. It sounds childish, but believe me, you'll read faster. Yes. Okay. I think if you try my method. Maybe that method is the best for you. Try mine and see what happens. Okay, now let's go over what a textbook has. A textbook has words. Are the words different on the page?
Yes.
Are there different types of words?
Yes.
There's pictures. What else is there on this page?
Third.
What would you guys call this?
Title.
This blue.
Title.
Right? There's title. There's headlines.
Dinosaurs.
Title or headlines.
Dinosaurs.
What else is there?
Dinosaurs.
Huh?
Subtitle.
There's questions, okay.
Subtitle.
There's paragraphs. So we have title. We have paragraphs. What else is there here?
Subtitle. They have lessons.
There's subtitles.
Lessons.
Yes, meaning breaking down this. Like this would be subtitle.
Oh, they have lessons.
They have lessons. What do you call the really, really dark words in the middle of a paragraph?
Both.
Like,
Both.
see, for instance. I'm on page 83. You guys want to follow?
Whoa. Oh, avocado. What? Avocado.
It's like an object.
Peaches.
Yes. Is it what? It's a word in a glossary. What do we call these words? Key terms. Key terms, or keywords. Bolded words. I want you guys to remember something. In textbooks, words that are bolded are the most important things for you to know. Make sense? You have to. Remember, let's go back to this. 80-20. Let's apply this to a book. 20% of the pages within a chapter are what's important in the chapter and account for 80% of what you need to know. So 20% of the words are the most important words in this book. Make sense? Again, lazy principle. It's funny, right? Doing the smallest amount of work and getting the biggest amount of results. So if I were to read at your age, given what I know now, I would start off by looking at the table of context. The way your brain learns how to read, or the way your brain is most engaged in a subject, is by first mapping out what you're going to learn in the subject. Do not immediately start reading the chapter. Start first by looking at the table of contents and map out in your brain what you're going to be learning. Does that make sense? It's almost like a preview. You guys watch previews for movies? You guys know what a preview for movies is?
Oh, yeah.
What's a movie trailer? What is a preview? What does it do?
Ooh, it shows all the main parts.
It shows all the main parts. Same thing with the table of contents. It's going to show you all of the main parts of what you're going to read. So read this first so that your brain begins to segment, okay, these are the different topics I'm going to learn. So there's no surprises. What were you going to say? Your brain will put it in sections. Then before you begin reading the tiny in-between stuff, go for the titles, skip to the first sentence of every paragraph, look at the bold terms, and go through the chapter somewhat quickly. Again, now we're taking a broad table of contents and we're filling in with knowledge into our brain and we're mapping out what the chapter is going to be about. So what's the first step? The what? Here, let's make steps to reading a chapter in textbook. This is for textbook. This is like if you're reading a novel, if you're reading for fun like a story, you wouldn't be doing this. But for textbooks, which are going to be in your life through college, through grad school, etc. Let's follow this in 3 steps. Keep it simple. Step 1. What did I say to do first? Table of contents. And why would you read the table of contents first? Yes. Keep going. You got it. You got it. Exactly. You know what the book's going to be talking about, or what's going to be read in the book. What were you going to say? Speak up loud.
So that your brain can also determine.
Exactly. Your brain will begin organizing the information. The second step. is to read headlines, the first sentence of every paragraph, bold words, or keywords, exactly, and look at the pictures or diagrams. This will become really important in college. In college, they have books, textbooks filled with diagrams. When there's a big diagram, that means, hey, this is important. Look at it. Understand visually what the information is about, correct? And then the third time, that's when you begin to actually read. And you will be able to go through the information much quicker. And remember to use your finger as you read. You'll be able to pick up on the subjects faster. And reading will actually become more enjoyable because rather than starting off, with a grueling lesson ahead of you, you're actually flipping through and your brain's getting engaged in the subject. I'm going to teach you one last thing before I go. Okay? Let me know when you guys are done copying this. Just simply put your pen down when you're done. I'll see. You guys like this? Make sense? Yes? You guys have any questions on this? Okay. Last thing. Again, you are learning the most when your brain is engaged in the subject. So whenever you begin reading...
Oh, I wasn't done.
Oh, you weren't done? Just copy from somebody else then. Sorry about that. Before you begin reading, look at the table of contents and begin asking yourself simple questions. Question number 1. Let's go over questions to ask yourself. Question number 1. Can you guys read this? What does that say? What is this related to? Is this related to anything else that I've learned? Your brain will start creating connections between what you know and what you're about to learn. Make sense? You want to create connections in your brain between subjects. Huh? Like bonds. I could go deeper into it, but I'm not going to explain that. If you ask yourself this one question, you begin to get engaged in the subject. What is this related to? Number 2, what is the big picture? Or basically, why am I learning this? What's the big picture? If this is in science, is this what scientists know? Is this something that, is about the natural world? Is this something that's going to help me better understand my health, mathematics, reading? And again, it just creates more connections in your mind between what you know and what you're going to be learning. And then after you read, so this is before you read. So before reading. And then the question you ask yourself after reading is, how can I use this? How can I use this? Most of the information that you're going to be learning at school is going to be based on you taking a test for it. It won't necessarily be based on what you're going to end up doing in life. And that is how the education system is. It's for you to get a general idea of the world so that you can find what you're passionate about.